anybody here, tell them that you're going to give a talk in front of everyone. You get all kinds of advice, so, which has been great. So I'm glad for that. Today, what I wanted to do is kind of go through, tell you a little bit about myself, give you guys a definition of success that I found that's worked for me, and then give you kind of a different way to think and feel about things, just kind of process your daily lives at Taft and beyond here. For me, I was lucky enough to play professional hockey for 5 years after college, and when I stopped playing, it was really hard for me. I can't even begin to tell you what it's like. It essentially, my whole life I had, played hockey from the time I was this big, and really, it was everything I dreamed about doing. My goal, I did everything that I tell my advisees. Now, if you have a goal, put it on your mirror and read it every day, and get up and get after it. And I wanted to play in the NHL, and I didn't do that. So I always had this thing going on in my head about that I had really failed. And obviously I had a lot of other great things going on, but that always, kind of ate at me. And then as I kind of started the summer, I was back in classes like you guys were, and in my master's degree that I'm pursuing, all we do is reflect, like to where it's exhausting. Like some of you guys in your English classes, right? Like let's take 10 minutes to reflect. Right? It's like we're taking hours. And it kind of let me go back to the journey, and I got to take a look at the journey of going from Seattle, Washington to Tabor Academy, all that brought to my life, and then take me to Northeastern University, which is the greatest university, I'll just say, in Boston, because Coach Caesars will give me a Williams speech again. But it took me there, and then along the road of minor league hockey and all over the country in towns that I hope some of you have never even heard of, and all to pursue this one goal of playing the NHL. So I sat there kind of reflecting and saying, am I a failure? Am I not successful? What does it mean to be successful? And this summer I read a little bit about John Wooden, who's a very famous basketball coach from the UCLA. And he is much older, much wiser, and has been doing it for a long time. And I wish I would have had this definition as I was growing up and your age and kind of going through all the trials and tribulations that you would go through. And basically his definition of success, all right, is the peace of mind that you get from knowing that you committed all of your effort to something. So whether you win, whether it's a win, lose, or draw, okay, you've won a championship, you've gotten an A, or whatever it is, if you've worked as hard as you can for that, then you're successful. And he often said some of his most successful teams were the teams that didn't win an NCAA championship, the teams that weren't that good, but performed to a level that it took them to another place. So when I saw this, I read it, I reread it, and kind of had a little bit of closure, which is nice. I think I always kind of had that hanging on. I give my wife a hard time that she made me quit hockey and all this other stuff, but I'm over that. But I think this is a great definition because it doesn't, there's no real end result here. Okay? You make the end result. If you tried as hard as you can, all right, then you're successful. And then the only thing you have to do with that is evaluate, are you really trying as hard as you can? It's difficult as well. I was lucky enough as well to run into a book written by Dr. Kathy Kramer, okay, and Hank Wozniak. Basically, Kathy Kramer is a psychologist who has this theory about kind of changing the way you view things. And my definition of success, okay, prior to reading the Wooden quote, I just really tweaked it a little bit. I didn't sit there, I wasn't bumming and saying that I was unsuccessful. I played, I just minor league athlete, right? But it was just a small shift in terms of how I thought and felt about myself and my situation. And that's what this book is about. And it's something that I've really embraced. They've written 3 books. This one, Change the Way You See Everything, Change the Way You See Yourself, is their 2nd book. And then they also have a teen book that is unbelievable for kids. And it talks about kids, a lot of kids like you. Kids who are very empowered to fight for causes, okay, and to really stand up for what they believe in. And so I had a good time kind of revisiting these books that I spent some time with this summer, the last couple of days. And that brings me to what Dr. Kramer came up with. And it's called asset-based thinking, not acid-based. Sometimes I mumble, but it's asset-based. Assets, the positive things that you have. And really what you want to do, as opposed to looking at the negative things that are given to you in life, whether it's you bomb a test or you lose a game, whatever it is, take what you know, take that information, process it, pull out the positive things that you can control, and move forward, okay? And this isn't just positive thinking, I think positive thinking has a lot of baggage with it. Getting up every day, it's going to be great today. Come on. You have bad days. Everybody has bad days. So what can I get out of this bad day, okay, and move forward? So I'm looking at this. This is one of the best analogies that you have. And what do you think? Do you think the glass is half empty or half full? Both? Both? Fred? It's full. Thomas says it's full. Well, I would say that it doesn't matter if it's empty or full. However you look at it. If you want to look at things with the idea that the glass is half empty, that's fine. And that's what's kind of cool about asset-based thinking. If that's the way you kind of look at things, you can take any positive out of that. What I would say is more important is that you know what's in here. That you know what's in the glass. Okay? Because once you know what's in the glass, you can move forward. You can make decisions. Possibilities open up. If you look at what's not in there, you can't control that. Okay? And you just kind of stagnate. You're always worrying about something negative that you can't control. So take what's in there and move forward with that. Okay? And again, what I had was a small shift. And asset-based thinking, you always talk about a small shift. It's nothing profound. There's no secret, no special sauce here, really. It's really just changing the way you see things. Okay? How you tell yourself things when you see them, when you're in a situation. Okay? For example, deficit-based thinking, right? You focus on what you need. Okay? I want you to look at what you have. What do I have? What I have inside, what I have through others, okay? What do I have in a situation? Alright? I don't want to hear about what's not working. Alright? Football games, we sit there and we look at what is working. What can we do more of? Okay? If you sit there and talk about what's not working, you just talk about that. You don't get anywhere. There's no progress. Okay? And most important, I think, is the last one. If you focus on the deficit side of things, you focus on your setbacks, what you didn't do, what you didn't get. That teacher's bad. That teacher's not as good as the other ones, or whatever it is. Focus on your achievements. Focus on the positive things. Because that's what will propel you forward. When you focus on positive things, you have positive energy. Okay? You're looking at what's going to happen as opposed to what is in the past. Okay? And that's really what I think helped me with my own definition of success, seeing this stuff and then looking at things in a different light. So if we're sitting at a faculty meeting and there's some major problem, instead of harping on this problem, let's look at it and say, how can we make this the greatest problem we've ever had? Right? See the difference? It's just a small thing. And you can add that to everything. You have a test or whatever. What can you do to make it a positive situation? There are a couple from the teen book here that they have. All right? Clash. Our deficit-based thing. I know how to do this project better than her, right? We said that, right? I've said it. Asset-based view of this, okay? Listen to what she has to say and contribute. Let's collaborate, okay? Couple more. I'm getting nowhere with this project. You said that. Some of you probably thinking that today, right? Something. This will take more time than I thought, but I can do it. Even when I just say this, it feels better. Okay? And if you're just simply using these to make yourself feel better, then you're in the right direction. Okay? And the last one here, quit. Right? We've all quit something. I'm so far behind on my term paper, I might as well take the F. Right? That's not going to get you anywhere. Right? So I have 2 days left. Let's make the most of this and get the best grade I can. A lot of us are athletes in here and play sports. I think it's imperative as an athlete and as a person to take a look at what you have. You have a bad half, whatever it is, okay? That's it. It's a bad half. It's not the whole game. And then you move forward. Take the good things you did. If there's one good thing you did in a half, take that. Move forward. And let's play harder, okay? I have a friend who failed his MCATs and wanted to be a doctor and always was, just doctor, and was very involved with that. Failed his MCATs, didn't get into med school. So instead of that, he found another way to get in. He got into chiropractic school, which is a little easier to get into, and he found his way. But he didn't sit there and say, well, I'm never going to be a doctor. He found another way, okay, to make an impact. And now he's loving what he's doing. Okay? SOS. The SOS, I promise I'm not going to say anything about a ship going north. That's it. Promise. Mr. Murphy's not even here. I just don't know. SOS helps us look for assets. Where can we find our assets? The first S, self. You each have an enormous amount of assets within yourself. What you can do, what you're capable of. You guys do, I see you guys do amazing things all the time. In the classroom, outside of the classroom. So take those things, apply them to a problem, and see, this is what I have. I'm a great communicator. I can help my two friends get along better. Or, I'm really, really good at chemistry. I'm going to be able to knock this test out. Whatever it is. Second place we can find assets, others. Okay? All of us in our groups of friends and within the community, we can look to others for help. Collaboration. I think we can be even better at what we do. And instead of looking at your friend and say, well, he's not smart, he's not this, or whatever, look for the qualities that he has that can help you with your own situation. Or you can help him with his situation. Okay? And then the last S is situation, right? In every situation, there are positive and negative sides to it, for the most part. Even for the greatest things that have happened to you, or the most negative things. Take those positive pieces out and move forward. Drop off all the negative thoughts, whatever it may be, and really harness what you have and be passionate about that. And that'll lead you to another place. I mean, imagine if you looked at every situation and just took the positive thing. Okay? Something like healthcare reform. What if we didn't look at all the negative things about it and just looked at the positive things? That would create a whole different light to the way we see things. Okay? Seniors, if you looked at the college process and just thought about all the amazing opportunities at the 8 schools that you're applying to, and didn't think about, well, what if I get rejected, or I'm not good enough to get this, go to this school? What if you just thought about all the amazing possibilities? So that whether you're applying to 5 schools or 12, you have either 5 great opportunities to continue your education or 12 great opportunities. I would argue that's more impactful, and then when you have to make your decision, you feel a lot better about it. You don't look at it as a second choice, but a second great place to go to. One of the key things we can do is to embrace and change the way we see power. Okay? Conventionally, we think knowledge. You gotta be smart, powerful, you have material wealth, you have some money, you have a little bit of authority, okay? And some status and fame, in most cases. I'd argue that, again, what's unique to you, okay? What you're passionate about, your value system, and your purpose are more important. If you ever see someone that's passionate walk into a room, you know it. The first time I heard Mr. Mack talk about Taft, I thought, man, I want to jump on board, right? We hear people all the time come in and talk about community service things that they're very passionate about, okay? I'm working with Sophie Kearney for her walk tonight with her mom. She's so passionate about it. To read what she's written about her mom inspires me to jump on board. That's important. And you guys all bring that in your own different ways, okay? And that's really being powerful. That's true power. You don't have to have a lot of money for that. Okay? And as we close slowly here, you have the ability to control how you think and feel. This isn't a personality trait. You don't have to do anything major. Just tell yourself, work your way through a problem. What's good about it? Kevin Spots had a red card, bad thing, right? Possibly. Had to sit out a game. Well, he got a chance to view the game from the sidelines. It's a different way to look at the game that he can apply when he's back on the field. Right? Sorry, Spot. And when you couple all those things together, put your own personal values, okay, your passions, and think positively, okay, in terms of what you have, and then connect that to what other people have. Maybe it's a school mission if you're a teacher, okay? If I'm passionate about service and service learning, then I go to a place like Taft, okay? I bring those two worlds together. I become even more powerful. All right? In business, they call that the sweet spot, all right? What are your competencies, okay? What are the organizational needs? And what are you passionate about? When those three overlap, that's when you're really going to do great things. And that's what you should look for as you move forward. I really believe that. I think that's what helps me. I tell Peter Fruit every day, I say, wow, I had a real job before, number one. And this is I'm in my sweet spot, I feel like. Working with kids, seeing you guys be successful, that's what I'm passionate about, getting you guys to the next stop. And so I really feel good about going every day to work and having fun and learning from you guys and exchanging with you guys. So I think it's important. Once you get that, and you have your mighty cause, your reason for being, you'll be on another plane in terms of how you're thinking, living, and feeling. Okay? Don't leave home without it. So hopefully today, giving you a little idea about how to change the way you see everything, and giving you a little bit of clarity, give you some tips. I'd be more than happy to talk to anybody about this stuff. I love it. I'll send out a little email to follow up with. But what I'll leave you with is that you guys have the ability to look at any situation the way you want it to. If you choose to look at the negative side of things, then the situation is going to stay negative. You're going to waste some time. It's going to be stagnant. But if you look at the positive things that are out there, okay, what you can do, what you're able to do, what your talents are, what other people's talents are, collaborate, take the best out of the situation. You'll all be extremely, extremely successful. Thanks.